Hello, and I'm starting my next Let's Play after having not done anything in like I think a year or so, but I'm doing a game everyone knows like the back of their hand, Megaman 1. The thing is, with this Let's Play, I'm aiming for a slightly different route than what most people go for, because Fireman is not necessarily everyone's first. It's usually Bombman or Gutsman. I've seen some people go for Gutsman first, though. Occasionally, not too often. But why Fireman first? Well, I think the weapon you get from Fireman is one of the best in the game. Like, the Elect Beam is technically more powerful, but you get more use out of the Fireman's weapon. I forget the name of it. But, the thing with it, with the Elect Beam, is that when you go, the stage, like, Electman stage has the Magnet Beam, but you can't get the Magnet Beam unless you have a Gutsman's weapon. And you need the Magnet Beam to finish the game, so it's like you kind of have to save Electman stage for later unless you want to backtrack. I mean, you could do that, I think you can. Anyway, so that's why I'm going for Fireman first, just because I think it's a really powerful weapon. And Fireman's very easy to beat if you have full health, because you can just keep shooting at him, and you will kill him before he kills you. And that's that. Fireman stage isn't really that hard. It just... One of the weird quirks about Mega Man 1 compared to later games in the franchise is the momentum. It's more slippery. It kind of, you know, this game did not come out long after, like, the first Mario Brothers, so I kind of understand why they did that, to be more like Mario, but I don't really like that part of Mega Man 1. I enjoy this game, but there's part of a big reason why 2 and 3 are considered a lot better. Anyway, this room. You can get through this part without taking damage, but you basically have to be frame perfect. Well, maybe not necessarily frame perfect, but pretty close. In case you're wondering how exactly I did that, that wasn't exactly my first go at this. Since I chose Fireman as my first level, I decided to start off the playthrough on a high note, so I just basically kept doing this over and over until I finally got it right. So, I mean, it was kind of tedious, but I feel I want my playthroughs to have, you know, good gameplay, you know. Anyway, in Mega Man 1, if enemies go off screen, they despawn, so you can take advantage of that, like I'm blatantly abusing. If you're low on health, because of the fire room, you can use these guys to just gain health. You can grind on them for a while. Anyway, you go through the double doors, and you go into the hallway. The hallways are weird in Mega Man 1 because they're the only ones in the series that have enemies in them. Like, every other single game after it removes any enemies in the hallway, which just begs the question, like, why even have the hallway? Just go straight to the boss room. I don't know, I'm not Capcom, but as far as the game itself, I like Mega Man 1 a lot, but it's got some issues. Not just momentum, but like, I feel like 2 and 3 just have more interesting levels. Anyway, we have Fireman. I'm being kind of fancy here, but you really don't need to be. Just shoot him to death and they'll do good now. It is possible to kill him without taking any damage, but you basically have to manipulate his AI to do it. There's videos on how to do it on YouTube and stuff if you're really interested. I don't really feel like explaining it, because that's kind of in-depth and beyond my scope, and yeah. But do what I did, and Fireman is down. And since we beat Fireman, we're going to go for his weakness, which is Bombman. You don't really actually have to go in weakness order, because a lot of these guys can be killed with your Mega Buster without problem. Like, Bombman, for example, like, you can easily crush him with just a Mega Buster, which is why a lot of people go for him first. But I just like having a Fireman's weapon. It's not a common route, but it is one that I think is worth considering. It's a bit tricky to get to the fire section in the Fireman stage, which is why a lot of people wait until they have the Magnet Beam to do that. Which is a fine way to go about it, but I don't really think it's necessary. Anyway, if you're low on health, you can grab those to stock up. Anyway, this room. You can just kind of ignore these. I mean, there's a health item down there if you need it. But I don't, so, the fire weapon goes through, like, all kinds of walls and stuff, so, you know, you can shoot through them, and you don't have to worry about, like, being careful or anything. Anyway, I think they're called, Joes or something. I forget what all the enemies in Megaman 1 are named. These guys are annoying because they have their shields, and their shields block pretty much everything, so you have to wait until, like I'm constantly jumping to try and trigger their AI to, like, lower their shield. Because that's the only way I can find to consistently hit them, without, like, losing my mind. And that's part of why I like getting firemen, because you can kill them so much more faster than with the Mega Buster, because that takes forever. Anyway, you could climb to the top and jump across those platforms, or you could just jump on the ladder, like I'm doing. However, if you screw that up, you'll fall on the spikes, and spikes are instant death in Mega Man 1, so keep that in mind. Mega Man 1 also has what we like to call the spike bug. Basically, the spikes in this game don't care about invisibility breaks. Like, even if you've been hit and you're flashing, and which would normally make you invincible for a couple of seconds, nope, you will still die. Which kind of sucks. I mean, they fixed that in later Mega Man games. I don't remember if Wily Wars fixed that at all. I'm not really sure. The Wily Wars Mega Man 1 port isn't that great. The Mega Man 3 port is great, but not the Mega Man 1 port. Too much slowdown and technical issues. Now, like I said, these Joes are a pain in the ass. But anyway, you keep manipulating his AI, just give him jump and you can hit him enough and that does the job. Anyway, go to the right and jump down and you can get through this section really fast without hurting yourself, which is awesome. Anyway, I don't exactly have full ammo for this fight, but I don't really need it because you can kill him with a Mega Buster. So, anyway, Bomb and AI will always jump away from you. So you can just abuse that, keep getting closer to him, and that's a good way to avoid getting hit. The hitbox on his bombs is a bit finicky though, so keep that in mind. Like sometimes it'll be like you think that you shouldn't be hit by it, and the outer edge of it gets you, which is kind of lame. But you know, old NES games have really bad hitboxes. That's kind of a universally accepted fact. Anyway, we're going for our third level of this episode, and we're going to face Gutsman. Some people go for this guy first, which, if you're going to him first, you're just trying to get the Light Beam as soon as possible, basically. Which, I can understand that, but I don't really think it's necessary. I save the Light Beam for last. I do abuse the Light Beam for a good chunk of Wily's Castle later on. And I missed the platform, which is lame. I have to wait for it to cycle back around. I've never actually been able to get on that the first time around. Anyway, if you walk off a platform, you will fall off way faster than your falling speed than if you had jumped. When the platforms go across those little wires, it instantly comes down, so you have to be very, very careful. This section's a lot trickier than it looks. But I managed to do it in one go. You know, we have these guys. They look like scrubbing bubbles. I don't know what it is they're supposed to be, but that's what they look like. Anyway, with the fire, you can just shoot these guys down in one hit. They're not a problem. You can, like, kill them with the Mega Buster, but it takes a lot longer, and you'll probably get hit by the hammer several times. Anyway, fall down here, and you want to be careful because those spikes will probably get you. I've never been able to get that big health at the top there. Well, I guess if I had the magnet beam I could. But I did manage to get that extra life, which is nice. I don't need it, but the extra life is nice to have, because it's like if you get game over, your checkpoint resets. Yeah, there are checkpoints in this game, like the boss checkpoint. Anyway, this guy's hitbox is weird, so you can kind of clip around its corner without getting hit. Which is nice, because I think that guy takes out a huge chunk of your health. He takes out, I think, a third. You can't take a whole lot of damage from him before getting killed. So yeah, you want to avoid that if possible. So I have no problem with using his hitbox. Anyway, we're at the boss for Gutsman stage. I misspoke. My apologies. His weakness is the bomb that we got from before. So every time he jumps, he will paralyze you unless if you're on the ground. If you're in the air, it won't matter. So just when he comes down, jump, then throw a ball, and hopefully he's within the range of the ball.
And he's weak to it, so it does not take very long to kill him. And that is Gutsman, he's down. Not terribly hard when you have his weakness. He's still a lot more challenging if you're trying to Mega Buster him, though. I mean, I think it's actually kind of fun to try and Mega Buster him, but I chose not to for the sake of brevity. And since I've blasted through this game really fast, I'm doing another Robot Master for this episode. Because, you know, I'm only 10 minutes in, why not? Anyway, we're in Custom stage. And this tends to be a favorite level for a lot of people for this game, just because of the music, which is pretty nice. Not my favorite. That's kind of how I feel about Mega Man 1 a lot. There's things it does well, it's just those things it does well, other games in the series do better. And without some of the issues Mega Man 1 has. Like, 1 seems to be more reliant on a lot of instant death traps than 2 and 3 do. I mean, 4 kind of brings that back, which I'm not a fan of. A controversial opinion, I don't care for Mega Man 4. I know that's heresy, blah 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 blah. Anyway, you can avoid these guys for the most part. The fire weapon takes them out in 1 hit, so that's nice. And it just makes this a lot faster. I've never bothered to actually shoot these guys, so I have no idea if they died in 1 hit or not. So, yeah. And these guys take a lot of damage to hit with your Mega Buster, but fire weapon kills them really fast, and you can see why I kind of chose to go out of my way to get it early on. And a bit of slowdown. Mega Man 1 has that sometimes. I don't think 2 has slowdown. I mean, there's some spots. I guess I misspoke. There's definitely some spots where 2 and 3 have slowdown, but not nearly as much as Mega Man 1 can have at times, especially when there's a lot of things on screen. I mean, it's an old NES game, I can kind of forgive it. And yeah, this takes so much longer with the Mega Buster that I just have no problem going out of my way for Fireman early on, just to clear through all this. Now, a lot of people, when they play Mega Man games, are very, very conservative with sub-weapons, which I think is I'm not going to say it's a wrong way to play it, because, you know, tastes and all that, you know, subjectivity, blah 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 blah. But honestly, I feel like you're just making it harder on yourself. Like, you're meant to use them in all of these stages. It just makes everything so much easier. There is a glitch here. I can't really pull it off myself, but like, you can use it to go warp from the top to the bottom really fast. And I have used this hitbox again, just so I don't take damage from him, because the thing is a pain in the ass. And he takes a lot of damage, even with, like, your really powerful sub-weapons. So, yeah. And we're in the final hallway once more, and there's nothing really hard in these hallways. They're just these little spinner things. I have no idea what they're even called. Does anyone remember the names of the enemies for the Mega Man except me? Maybe a couple here and there. Anyway, we have Gutsman. Gutsman is really easy. He's weak to Gutsman's weapon, but he's also weak to the Mega Buster, so it's actually not unreasonable to go for him first. But he basically dies in 2 hits to Gutsman's weapon, so there's no reason not to use it. If you don't have it, that is. And that's all for this part of Mega Man 1. I'll see you guys next time.